Namaskar. India Meteorological Department welcomes you in Delhi weather briefing. Highlights of the Delhi weather briefing are that the heat wave conditions over most parts of northwest, central, and east India during next 5 days is unlikely. And also, a low pressure area is likely to form over South Andaman Sea around 6th of May under the influence of cyclonic circulation over South Andaman Sea, which is very likely to form by tomorrow. If you look into significant weather observed, then the heat wave conditions uh, have significantly weakened in intensity and distribution over the entire country. And yesterday, only heat wave conditions observed in isolated pockets over the area of Churu, Pilani, Ganganagar, Sirsa, Fatehabad, Balsamand, and Hisar area, which is the which is comprised of northwest Rajasthan, south and South Haryana. And if we compare this temperature, as we can see here, that the 45 degrees centigrade temperature was observed yesterday only over 4 to 5 stations of South Haryana and Northwest Rajasthan. And if we compare and rest all the temperatures are below 45 degrees centigrade. So as we can see that these temperatures which were running between 44 to 46 degrees centigrade 3 to 4 days ago have now fallen by 3 to 4 degrees centigrade and now running between 42 to 44 degrees centigrade over most parts of Rajasthan, over North Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, northern parts of Madhya Maharashtra, South Punjab, and South Haryana and South UP. Now, if we look into the synoptic situations today, then western disturbance is running roughly along 63 degree of longitude to the north of 24 degree of latitude, and a northwest trough is extending from eastern parts of Vidarbha to interior Tamil Nadu across Telangana and Rayalaseema, and also an east-west trough is running from Punjab to Bangladesh across South Haryana, South Uttar Pradesh, and South Bihar, and South Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim. Now we come over to the weather warning during next 5 days. Then under the influence of the western disturbance, roughly along 63 degree of longitude, there is likelihood of very light rainfall at isolated places over Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Rajasthan during next 2 days, with the possibility of isolated dust storm activity over the region, and also the rainfall distribution is likely to be scattered to fairly widespread over Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit, Baltistan, Muzaffarabad, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand during next 3 days. And it will decrease to just isolated rainfall on 6th of May over the Western Himalayan region, and it will be almost dry on 7th of May over the Western Himalayan region. And the heat wave conditions are unlikely over the region during next 5 days. Although over West Rajasthan, there may emerge heat wave conditions in isolated pockets on 6th of May, and on 7th of May the heat wave conditions may emerge over entire Rajasthan in isolated pockets only. And over under the influence of the current western disturbance, there is also likelihood of isolated heavy rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir during next 24 hours. And over this Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh area, there is also likelihood of isolated hailstorm activity during next 48 hours. And under the influence of this southwesterly winds from the Bay of Bengal over East India, there is also likelihood of thunderstorm and lightning and gusty winds of the order of 40 to 50 kmph per hour, 40 to 50 kmph gusting to 60 kmph over Bihar, Jharkhand, and Gangetic West Bengal and Odisha in isolated parts during next 2 to 3 days. And the rainfall, there is also probability of isolated light rainfall light to moderate rainfall over Bihar, Jharkhand, and Odisha, and scattered to fairly widespread light to moderate rainfall over West Bengal and Sikkim during next 2 to 3 days. Now, if you come over to the southern peninsular India, then the heavy rainfall probability is there in isolated places over Kerala during next 2 days, and over Tamil Nadu in isolated places. Heavy rainfall probability is there on 5th of May. Now, if we come over to and also about this northeast India, there is possibility of isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall today over Tripura, and isolated heavy rainfall probability is there over Assam and Meghalaya. And tomorrow there is possibility of isolated heavy rainfall over both the subdivisions. And now we come over to the sea area warning associated with the upcoming low pressure area. So under the currently there is moderate to intense convection lying over South Andaman Sea and Southeast Bay of Bengal. So under the influence of that, squally weather is likely over the South Andaman Sea and adjoining Southeast Bay of Bengal, with the associated wind speed would be 40 to 50 kmph, gusting to 60 kmph, and this would continue tomorrow as well on 4th of May, with the 40 to 50 gusting to 60 kmph over South Andaman Sea and adjoining Southeast Bay of Bengal. And this would be slightly increasing to 45 to 55 gusting to 65 kmph on 6th of on 5th of May, and on 6th of May there is possibility of 50 to 60 gusting to 70 kmph wind speed likelihood over South Andaman, over North Andaman Sea and adjoining parts of South Andaman Sea and adjoining parts of East Central and Southeast Bay of Bengal. And on 7th of May, there is possibility of 60 to 70 kmph gusting to 80 kmph over East Central Bay of Bengal and adjoining parts of North Andaman Sea. So that's all for today's Delhi weather briefing. Tomorrow we will again meet with Delhi weather briefing for weather warning during next 5 days. Thank you and goodbye.